In this video I'd like to show you how you can prepare your steak to make it nice and juicy and enjoyable without adding unhealthy sauces or additives. I think it's very important to try and pick the best piece of meat you can afford. For me, I always try and go for something that's got a bit of marbling fat in it, something like ribeye or something which has a bone in it which adds to the flavour and normally keeps it nice and juicy. This cut here actually has bone marrow in the middle. So once I've finished cooking the steak, I will also add that on. There is also a lot of extra health benefits to eating bone marrow. One of the biggest mistakes I made for many years, in which I see other people making, they buy a piece of steak, they go straight home excited to eat it, they cover it in salt and pepper, probably many other things, and they throw it straight in the pan. When you do that, now I used to do the same, and I used to think, why does this always taste different to how it tastes in a restaurant, or why is it always dry, or what is wrong with this? I looked at many different methods of how I was frying it, how I was grilling it, all these things, and what I realised, it actually come down to the prep. After doing some research, I realised that if you salt or season your steak and cook it straight away, the salt during the first 1 to 2 hours extracts all of the liquid from the steak, bringing it to the surface. Then the salt takes the liquid back into the middle after 2 hours. There's been many tests done, you can look online, there's a lot of studies looking at this. A lot of really good videos to watch where they demonstrate this, and they have 3 different meats that have been seasoned over a couple hours, 2 hours to 48 hours, or for a full week. Under 2 hours the steak was always very dry, over 2 hours to 48 hours was perfect, over 48 hours to a week, when it got to a week it was almost like leather. What I'd advise, get the steak out, you cover it both sides, salt and pepper. Again, this video is mostly for flavour and taste. It's not a health video, although steak is very healthy. I wouldn't like to add too much salts to my food if it was for health reasons. I also like to cover both sides in pepper, and that is all. I would take that, put it in the fridge now. And I leave it there for at least half a day, preferably up to 2 days. While it's sitting there, that is absorbing all the salt into the middle of the steak. So when I go to cook this, it'll be as juicy as possible. Also, other than a little bit extra salt, there is nothing unhealthy added to this. A little bit of salt and pepper is not going to derail your goals. Give it a try salting up to 2 hours before. I do get the feedback when I say this to people that they don't have time to leave their meat preparing for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever it is. If that is the case, it's better to cook your meat, and then once it's rested for say 5 minutes after you've cooked it, slice it into strips and just add a bit of salt so it's covering the whole surface area of the meat, and you can also add extra pepper then as well. So give it a try, see if you can notice the difference, and in one of my other videos I'll show how I cook my steaks to keep them nice and juicy and enjoyable. Hope this is helpful, and I hope this has stopped you having had various unhealthy sauces on your meat. Let me know how it is. If you enjoyed this video, there is other videos on my channel just like this, and yeah, thanks for watching.